The Proverbs of Solomon from LetGodBetrue.com.
Proverbs chapter 15 and verse 12. A scorner loveth not one that reproveth him, neither will he go unto the wise. Your response to those who correct you says a lot about you. There's something else that gives you away as well, and that is where you go for advice and counsel when you need it. If you resent reproof, or if you avoid godly, sober, and wise men when needing help or advice, then you are a scorner. You can also measure others by these two criteria. Fools are bad, with Solomon using many proverbs to describe and condemn them, but scorners are even worse. Fools are stubborn and stupid, but scorners despise being corrected and hate those who do the correcting. A scorner is the worst person described in the book of Proverbs. The kind of person you want to avoid being and the kind of person you want to avoid being around. The lesson of this proverb is the two character traits of scorners. They hate reprovers and they avoid wise men. Disrespect and avoidance are often signs of rebellion and scorn, and they are things you want to avoid and you want to be on the lookout for from others. Scorners hate being taught or reproved, so they also hate those who try to teach and reprove them. They will not go to such people voluntarily. They do not want to be told their ideas and ways are foolish and wrong. Good men love those who teach and reprove them, but fools and scorners hate them. When a person resents or avoids a good leader or teacher, you have likely found a scorner. You are living in a generation of scorners, and you should see it clearly. Why do children sometimes isolate themselves and avoid parents? Because they do not want their sins discovered, and they do not want to be corrected. Why do other people avoid church assemblies or isolate themselves at those church assemblies from the more grave and sober wise men and women there? They are scorners also that think they are superior to the instruction that's been given and the people that gather there. Wise parents will pursue their children who avoid them or their correction. They will also correct facial expressions or body language that shows a haughty or sullen spirit toward authority, toward instruction, or toward correction. The bud of scorn in a child must be nipped quickly and totally, unless you want hell in your home and in your future. Not all scorners are verbal and direct, and you need to consider this regarding children. You must also look for quiet scorners. Passive and quiet rebellion is just as wicked and wrong as active and noisy rebellion, but it is much harder to detect and deal with than the open rebel. Do not allow the devil this door into your home by excusing a distant, a sullen, or withdrawn child because they do not openly confront you. Why do most Christians today want entertainment, activities, and fables in their churches? Because they are scorners, and they hate being told what to do in their lives by Bible preachers. They want to hear smooth things to coddle and comfort them. They will not walk in the old paths that the Bible teaches. Paul's prophetic warning to Timothy of these perilous times is being fulfilled before your very eyes. Are you part of it? Are you part of the rebellion, or are you fighting against it? What about you? Do you love reproof from parents, from friends, from your spouse, your pastor, church members? If you do not love reproof, why not? Wise men love reproof, for they know they cannot be wiser without unlearning bad habits or thinking. What sins are you hiding? Do you have the scornful spirit of this proverb that fights against authority and correction? The Lord will crush scorners, so do not think you will get away with a wicked spirit toward counselors he has sent into your life. He has kindly and mercifully sent these reprovers to you, and you better respond to the wisdom they bring you from God, or Lady Wisdom's warnings will fall on you. Why did conservative religious leaders hate Jesus Christ? And why did they demand that Pilate crucify him? Because Jesus reproved their hypocrisy, and they showed that they were devilish scorners. Yet, Peter and the other apostles could not even be pushed away by his wise dissuasion. Are you equally committed to the Son of God and his rebukes? Jews, who loved his correction and rebuke, were broken in repentance by the glorious Prince of Life. But those he judged for their rebellion and scorn were ground to powder. What a difference! Fall before him today in humble submission.